Nothing was bigger than the real Ghostbusters on Saturday morning cartoons on ABC, which ended in 1991. ABC was looking for the next best horror cartoon show. Here comes HBO's Tales from the Crypt, but in a cartoon format. The top 10 is based on the best episodes on Tales and new Tales from the Cryptkeeper. Comment down below if you have a favorite episode. A professional hunter who has hunted down every beast in the world finds out that there's a shape-shifting creature that exists in the Amazon jungle. He begins his hunt for the Onaya. But in your Tales from the Crypt fashion, who is hunting who? And we find out why. While their car breaks down, a couple of girls, Camille and Mildred, spend a few nights at the Victorian Inn, which turns out to be haunted by the Weeping Woman. The investigation is on. Can Camille and Mildred solve a century-old mystery, or will they become the next victim, or victims, of the Weeping Woman? A boy who frequently visits the Wax Museum stumbles into his favorite icons and discovers that the classic monster statues comes to life. This episode is definitely a homage to 1988's movie, Waxwork. Dale goes to visit his aunt, while at the same time a mining company decides to open up an abandoned mine, which is haunted according to the locals. By nightfall, everybody around Dale starts to go missing. To retrieve his aunt, Dale will have to go into the abandoned mine, and whatever dwells down there is waiting for him. High school student Wendell, who did everything he could to fit in, but a few bullies including muscle jock Rex, kept attacking Wendell with cruel practical jokes. They would soon find out that Wendell is not someone you should mess with. Two surfers, Mike and Ben, accidentally travel to Austria instead of the waves of Australia. They decide to sneak into the midnight run of the Transylvania Express. While on the train that's heading to Transylvania, they have to fight off a horde of vampires.
I'm Sharon,
A 13-year-old teenage girl steals her 5-year-old sister's doll and hides it, claiming the doll as her own, which was mysteriously sent by none other than the Cryptkeeper himself. At the strike of midnight, the doll comes to life and wants to teach her new master a lesson. Uncle Harry takes his nephew Jeremy to the local carnival. Since it was Jeremy's birthday, it was the only reason why Uncle Harry even went to the carnival, which he hates very much. To make his nephew happy, he joins Jeremy onto the ride of the horrible House of Horrors. To his surprise, the haunted house then becomes realistic with real monsters and zombies popping out. This is one ride that Uncle Harry might not survive.
You'll stay and we'll have a nice long talk forever.
As a Christmas gift, Gary gets his own phone. His parents warn him not to prank call anybody. Gary, of course, rebels and takes prank calling to a whole nother level. It was time for the Cryptkeeper to come in and teach Gary a lesson. Gary calls an old lady, who then begins to stalk him. Wherever Gary was at, the old lady would find him and call him. Creeped out, Gary goes to confront the old lady at her spooky house. Gary soon finds out that the old lady is supernatural and quickly realizes that all the exits have been closed off. A couple newspaper reporters try to track down an old mad scientist who went missing back in the 1930s. One of them suspects that Dr. Cromwell is hiding out in a small town out in the middle of nowhere. While snooping around town, they run into a huge disfigured man and follow him back to a big dark mansion. Is this where the doctor's hiding out at? And what secrets lie in this town? What makes this a great episode? It has that Tales from the Crypt type ending that we all love, which I didn't expect on a Saturday morning cartoon show.